Hey friends, welcome to Building a Business That Flows, a series where we talk about building a calm, meaningful, and structured business that doesn't burn you out. In this episode, we're breaking down what building a business with clarity actually means. We will look at the psychology behind focus, the systems that make clarity sustainable, as well as a few tools you can start using today to bring order into the chaos. Welcome to Building a Business That Flows, a series where we break down the 5 core systems that keep your business calm, clear, and consistent. Each episode explores one part of the SimpleMark Framework: clarity, flow, trust, presence, and foundations. Together, they form a complete ecosystem that helps you run your business with less chaos and more confidence. In this episode, we're focusing on clarity, aligning your vision and daily actions so you know exactly where you're going and why it matters. My name is Maria. I'm a founder of SimpleMark Studio, and today we're going to dive deeply into something that every entrepreneur, freelancer, or creative battles with: is strategic direction or clarity. You know that feeling when you wake up and you have 50 things to do, but none of them actually move you forward? And that's not a productivity issue, that's a clarity issue. Most of us think that clarity means having a 5-year plan or a perfect Notion dashboard, but it's not true. Real clarity, the one that keeps you sleep better and work smarter, is actually not about what you want, but knowing what to ignore. So let's jump right into it. Let's be honest, running a business today is standing in a storm of possibilities. New tools, new advice, new strategies. Everyone telling you to post daily, launch faster, and automate everything. And before you know it, your whole day just gets hijacked by the noise. But here is the truth: clarity disappears when everything feels equally important. According to research from Cornell University, the average person makes around 35,000 decisions per day. And when your brain has to make that many choices without structure, it enters what's called decision fatigue. Your focus drops, creativity drops, and stress skyrockets. So if you ever felt like working non-stop but not actually getting anywhere, that's not confusion, that's scattered energy. Take a second right now and ask yourself, out of everything that I did this week, what actually moved me closer to my vision? But if the answer is fuzzy, don't worry, you're not broken, you're just overloaded. Let's zoom out for a moment. The Harvard Business Review found that companies with high strategic clarity outperformed their competitors by 31% in revenue and long-term success. That's not because they work harder, it's because everyone knows what direction they're moving in. Neuroscientists have found that when we have clear goals, the amygdala, the part of our brain responsible for fear and stress, actually quiets down. Clarity literally calms your nervous system. And then there is flow state theory. You probably heard of it. From psychologist Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. He discovered that the deep focus happens only when 2 ingredients are present: clear goals and immediate feedback. When those are missing, our brain doesn't know what success even looks like, so it stays in threat mode, scanning for problems instead of progress. That's why even scrolling through business tips on social media can leave you exhausted. Your brain never gets closure. So, clarity isn't just a productivity hack, it's a neurological reset button. Here's what I learned while building my own studio, and those are the things that you probably can recognize too. Clarity is built, it's not found. Well, you don't wake up one morning and see the path. It usually happens on random Thursday at 11 a.m. when you're rewriting your to-do list for the 5th time, and then you suddenly realize that half of the things on the list do not actually matter at all. And that's actually how clarity forms. It's not something that happens to you quickly as a lightning bolt. It's just things that you eliminate from your list, and then it makes a clear path what strategic direction you're taking right now. A lack of clarity is a signal, it's not a flaw. And whenever I feel scattered, it's not when I do things wrong in particular, it's when I'm moving from one thing to another thing very fastly, and those things do not belong together. It's just too many loops, too many items in a to-do list, too many high priority items or half priority items. So when I feel that fog, I usually tend to take a pause and simplify rather than push, because then you're just getting more scattered all over the place. Another thing is momentum builds clarity. Thinking about direction is not actually creating it, but the doing of something does, because you're getting from smaller actions, they compound over time and you're getting the instant feedback. And this instant feedback tells you, okay, this works and this doesn't, so probably I will stick to that. When your vision and your actions finally line up, it just makes everything easier. And that's how you know that you're gaining momentum and everything starts to flow, rather than trying so many directions and not moving anywhere. So how we actually build that kind of direction? So let me introduce you to something that I use personally. It's called the Clarity Compass. It's very simple and it's very visual, so you have a map of your business, and it really helps when things are getting messy. Imagine a compass with 4 directions. We have north, east, south, and west, right? So, north is your vision. That's your why, the bigger reason behind what you do, okay? So, for example, I help creatives build structured studios. East is your focus areas. 2 or 3 main priorities for the next quarter, like launching a product, publishing YouTube series, or automating clients' flow. And then you have South, it's your action. It's weekly repeatable habits that bring your strategy to life. For example, it can be filming 1 video, or sending 1 newsletter, or updating 1 template. And West is your reflection. That's your review time, Friday debriefs, metrics checks, whatever helps you stay aware and adjust. Maybe it's a couple of meetings, maybe it's a meeting with your team, or maybe it's a quiet reflection by yourself. And when one of those things goes missing, it's when chaos returns. Vision without action is just dreaming, but when action is reflection is when we tend to burn out. I can't tell you how many times I've started projects and started to go deeply into them without actually thinking and aligning with my vision. And if I really need to go into that direction, then I lost time, I lost energy, I was burnt out. But once I started to check this compass, everything made sense again. Well, let's talk about why this even works. When your goal is clear, your brain releases dopamine each time you move closer to it, right? It's a tiny spark of satisfaction, the I did it finally moment. And the smaller and more visible the progress, the stronger that hit becomes. So that's why checking the tiny box feels weirdly satisfying, and your brain is just rewarding your focus. So I would design my day around those small wins. I will send 1 proposal, I will clean out 1 folder, I will do silly little things that compound over time so I can gain the flow. And that's actually how dopamine is working. The little things that compound over time, the smaller actions that tend to give you immediate results, they're getting you into that flow. And that's clarity in motion. Dopamine is leading to the flow, and flow is leading to consistency. And when you're consistent, guess what? Everything checks out. Alright, we talked about the scientific basis of things, and now I really want to give you some practical tools that you can implement into your day and actually see how this clarity thing is working out for you. I call it the clarity system, and it has 2 layers. One is a one-time setup, and one is your daily routine that you're just doing every day. Step 1, one-time compass setup. You're basically doing the exercise of the compass. You're writing down your vision, your north, your 2-3 focus areas, your east, your weekly actions, it's your south, and your reflection plan, it's your west. That is your map. You can revisit it every 3 months, or if your business needs it, maybe every 1 month. And you have step 2. It's your daily clarity routine. Here's what it looks like. First thing first, dump everything out of your head onto a paper or your notes app or whatever. Every little thing. Your brain is for solving problems. It's a great machine for solving problems. It's not for storing them. We do not have a very, very great memory, so just dump. Now group similar tasks. All admin together, all creative together, all outreach together, what have you. This one step alone can save around 20 to 30% of your energy. And the third step is filtering using what I call the pile sort method. It's very much easy mode of Eisenhower. You have a do pile, basically only things you can do. You have delegate pile. It's something that you can give to someone else or an app can handle it. And you have the last pile. It's basically the delay or delete. It doesn't matter right now. Things that do not matter right now. Now, the fourth step is pick your quick wins. 2 or 3 tiny tasks that are easy to complete and compile them together. They get dopamine flowing and help you slide into deeper focus. And the fifth step is choosing your big move. This is your main task, the one that actually drives progress. Work on it until it's done and only on it before jumping into anything else. And guess what? Tomorrow, start it over again. It's very simple, it's surprisingly powerful. I use it in my work every time. And it actually keeps everyone on track. When you're working with projects where multiple people are involved and when you have things written down and you can track actually your progress, how you're progressing into the project, it's really great to keep track of the things that you're doing and what actually works, what doesn't, and get the feedback. And if you're leading a team, it's very, very beautifully works with them too. What you can do is to have one alignment meeting each week and set only one common goal. And then you can track the progress together. People love knowing the plan and they love knowing the direction they're going. It builds confidence and trust. Personally, I worked in an environment where no one knew the direction we're going, no one knew the plan, no one knew the biggest next goal, and it slowly kills motivation in a team. But when everyone knows where they're heading, the energy returns, the motivation levels are rising. Strategic direction and clarity creates momentum. It's not only for you, it's also for your people. Alright, let's make it practical. You can grab a notebook or leave it in your mind for later. What you can do now is firstly write your vision statement, 1 or 2 sentences about what you do, list 3 outcomes you want this quarter, and for each, add 1 weekly action that moves it forward. And finally, you can cross out 2 things that do not serve those goals. Here's an example. For example, my vision is I help creatives turn ideas into thriving businesses, and my goals are launch products and post 4 videos and collaborate once with another influencer. And some things I can do weekly. I can do 1 content day and then 1 marketing day and then 1 system day. And things that I removed from the list is some tool testing because I wanted to do that, but it's not serving the purpose right now. And I also was really expecting myself to post more, but it's just unplanned. It's unplanned posting, so we will remove it for now. Do this once and you will feel the clarity, you will feel the strategic direction, and you feel that you know where you're going and things will get easier for you. It's like finally having your brain exhale. Well, clarity isn't about predicting the future, it's about knowing what deserves your energy right now. And when you have direction, saying no becomes easier and saying yes becomes more intentional. You don't need a perfect plan, you just need a compass to actually look at. If this episode resonated, hit the subscribe button and I will see you in the next episode. See you next time. Bye!